Yo, I got a brand new zoo deck for you guys today with the new Gilgamesh and the new Shauna. Let's go ahead and break it down. So, Shauna got an additional 2 power to her OG stats now. Still the same exact honor availability, adding random 1 cost to each lane if possible, meaning 3 different 1 costs coming down, which is good for token cards, good for Mockingbird. And then, of course, we also have the Gilgamesh change. Gilgamesh got an extra 2 power, so he now has a ceiling of 520, which is crazy. Regis was talking about this in his video yesterday. It just feels so good at a 5.9 as is the base value overall, with no really downside. Just being able to scale vertically in most instances, Gilgamesh is now a feels good card. It's honestly, I think, the first card in a while that has been changed within the first week of its being out, especially for a season pass card since I think Phoenix Force way back when last year. So it's very interesting, and it works really well in this deck. Let's go ahead and show you a brief deck overview, and then we're going to break each card down individually. So here is the deck overview for you guys. As always, the deck code will be down in the description below, but let's go ahead and break each card down individually. First and foremost, we got Ant-Man. What zoo deck would be complete without a little ant? It gets plus 4 power, and when your lane is full, we're trying to fill our lanes here with our Shauna, with our Squirrels, getting the Dazzler value, so it makes a lot of sense to have it in this list. Also with that plus 4, activate as well if you don't even have a Khazar or the blue marble down. This counts as a card being buffed past its original power, so you get some Gilgamesh value there. Next, we have Nico. Nico's got 6 different spells you can mess around with, adding power, giving Nico times 2 power to herself, changing location, moving cards over, destroying cards to draw new cards, adding value to other cards, turning a card into a demon. I think it's actually 7 spells, not 6. But another great card in the zoo list. It's a tech 1-drop, which is freaking awesome. We love ourselves some Nico. Next, we got Squirrel Girl, adding 2 squirrels to the other locations, which is great for your Khazar, great for your Mockingbird value, because there are two token cards to be able to decrease the cost of Mockingbird. We got Dazzler. She gets plus 2 power with any full location on your side of the board. That also includes the throne room, or not the throne room. It the throne chair. You know, the throne chair location. I forget what it's called. Please let me know what it actually is called down in the comments below. But getting plus 2 power ongoing just works really well. You're trying to fill locations with this. Shadow King is our crazy little tiny tech card here. So we don't really have any sort of other defensive cards besides Shadow King. And if we get cards that go a little bit more vertical, I think with Shadow King here, that's one of our main defenses here. We're not really adding that type of power. We don't really do it to, I guess, our Gilgamesh, and anything that gets buffed by Nico would be the only thing that gets affected by Shadow King. So we can kind of run rampant with that there and be able to kind of mess around there. Shauna, like I was saying earlier, adds 3 different 1-drops to your side of the board. They're completely random, RNG. And if your board is full, it only adds 1-drop to the locations that aren't full. But another good card, especially if you have Khazar down or you have Blue Marble down, to be able to get some extra Gilgamesh value. Nocturne's another great just mid-range movement tech card. You can move this to a location that may be benefiting your opponent or adding more value to your side of the board, and be able to move around and stuff. Move Nocturne to a location where she maybe gets a buff to be able to get your Gilgamesh out. Just a really great mid-range card to have in the list. We have Khazar. Khazar buffs all your 1-drops. Also, if you don't have Nocturne, you can maybe do Jeff. I'm going to do substitutions stuff after we've broken down the deck in entirety. But this buffs all your 1-drops, so it works with the Shauna, the Squirrels, the Nico, and the Ant-Man. Really solid at that buff. Also accounts for your Gilgamesh, giving your Gilgamesh plus 1 for each card that is buffed. Cole Obsidian. Another just big card to throw down. You do have to have a 1-drop in your location to be able to get Cole Obsidian down. If you don't have Cole Obsidian, you could potentially do Crossbones. Not a horrible idea there. And then, like I was saying earlier, if you don't have Nocturne, you could do Jeff. Then you got Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel adds plus 1 power to every single card that is in play on your side of the board, which allows you to get that plus 1 buff to Gilgamesh, because the cards that are buffed by Blue Marvel count as cards buffed for Gilgamesh, which is, like we're saying, it is an on reveal plus 1 for each card of yours in play with increased power. So that's why you have a pretty high ceiling potentially too. You may not always get to the 520 because Blue Marvel, of course, doesn't buff themselves, but you could get to a 519, which is still freaking incredible. And then Mockingbird, we have a lot of cards that are token cards with the Shauna value, with the Squirrel Girl, in order to decrease the cost of your Mockingbird to make her a potentially 0-9, because it's 3 cards from Shauna and 2 Squirrels, which would be 5 tokens on the board, which is a 0-cost Mockingbird. Of course, to this list too, you are trying to manage your board space a little bit. But I'd say, generally speaking, if you do not have Nico, you could play a different 1-drop You could potentially play like a Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler could work with your Coal Obsidian, moving to another lane, so you could play Coal Obsidian down. If you don't have Coal Obsidian, you could potentially run Crossbones. And if you don't have Nocturne, you could also run Kyera. Kyera to protect a lot of your 1-drops. Silver Surfer is very popular right now. Same with Destroy. So you're still going to see a lot of Killmonger, which kind of really does hurt this list. It's a good counter to this list. So keeping all of that in mind, just being able to protect your cards is like your main thing you're trying to do. But anywho, deck code will be down in the description below. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into some gameplay. Alrighty, we're into game number 1 over here. We got an interesting starting hand here. We kind of have our top end, but we have Onslaught Citadel. Oh, this feels good. Okay, yeah, I like what we're messing around with right now. This feels actually pretty freaking spicy. Maybe not Warrior Falls. That does not feel too spicy. But let's see what we can mess around with here. Dazzler into Kazar, into Blue Marvel. Feels good. We lose to a Pocket Enchantress. But I think we're going to be okay. We play Shauna Never Fails us middle. Shauna never fails us middle. Look at that. And we get Ant-Man value, Titania value, Hope Summers. This is spicy. This is super, super spicy. We can play Coal Obsidian right if we wanted to as well. I think we're going to go Kazar into like a Blue Marvel kind of thing here. This feels really good. Really, really good, actually. Titania doesn't really help us, and I mean, jumping to our opponent's side of the board is really going to help them more than it's helping us. Kitty Pryde into Morph. Morph gives a Mockingbird. I'm still not upset about that, honestly. They do have a lot of energy to mess around with, so that is something I do need to keep in mind there. The Blue Marvel value is going to go crazy. And then I like this a lot, actually. I like this a lot. Ant-Man's going to be buffed a lot. Dazzler's going to be buffed a lot. Martyr still can potentially lose me the game in full seriousness, but I think because we can still play Coal Obsidian here on the right and some of this other stuff, I think we're going to be okay. They're snapping here. It's going to be really interesting. I wonder if we do get Enchantress here, this is a really feels bad moment, but I'm honestly not too upset. They have 7 energy to mess with. Iron Man. Okay. Wait, why are they not playing Iron Man left? Onto the unrevealed location? Valid. Wow. I guess we can do this. More Dazzler value over here on the left as well. We have priority, so I'm going to actually play Squirrel Girl middle here. They quaked. Okay. Solid Iron Man value for them. This comes back over. And Kitty Pryde. Okay, we still win. And then, what? What?
Victory.
I'm sorry? Oh. Well, that was rather interesting. We're heading into game 2 over here as well. We got some shaky locations, I'll be honest. We do got some shaky locations over here. But I think we can still make the most of this. Still very confused about what just happened there. But, hey, we're chilling. I mean, we're not playing anything out on curve. Like, could play our one drops out, but I still don't necessarily know what they're playing. Okay, they're probably playing like a Loki or a Mill. It's kind of what I'm thinking right now. The extra energy seems pretty good. So we're going to get Kizar down early. Or... Actually, I'm going to do that instead. Yeah. I like that. I like this a lot. Ooh. Oh, we get more one drops though. That's actually not bad. We go Kazar. Red Guardian hits my Ant-Man. I get Blue Marvel here. This is actually not bad for us at all. And then I could also Shadow King middle. I think this is probably like a C3 kind of thing, right? That's the vibe I'm getting here, potentially. Nope, it's not C3. It is not C3. But what it is it'll do this, that. I'll do this, this. Where do I get more value? This, that, this, and that. I think that's the best play. Mockingbird, Jeffrey. And I think we win tiebreak here. So, yeah, we do win tiebreak here. Another just great play to just do stuff here, right? Love it. Love it. So it was a Loki list with a bunch of just, I don't know, it threw me off for a second. But okay. We'll take it. All right. Super Flow turn 1. This could get a little interesting here. Okay. If we didn't draw our top end, this could get interesting. But of course, we draw our top end. So this is just unfreaking lucky. Okay. What is Horcrux running into here? Oh, of course. Why would we not? Good gravy, man. This really feels bad. Really feels bad. I mean, the Red Hulk is going to be a little tricky here, but like, I'm not too nervous about it. I mean, some Shauna value, some Gilgamesh value. Okay. We can totally make this work. I got a feeling, I don't know, something like a Sure Kitty is kind of what I'm feeling right now. But I'm not entirely certain. It was probably a Shuri Kitty. Actually, looking at the way this is all lined up here, they played Thena out without, like... And they play Red Hulk here. They do play Red Hulk. I'm gonna do this. Into that. Or is it ever... This into this? Thinking, here's what I'm actually thinking. I'm thinking it is this into this into this. And then we get Gilgamesh out. Well, if we do this into this, this enables us to play... I don't know, this feels funky. I think it's this into this into that. Another Meek is not a feels good moment, though. The Gilgamesh value is going to be amazing. And it does get bigger than a Red Hulk here. But I don't know if we win this game for certain. I don't hate it. Let's just see what happens. But I'm not entirely enthused about what's going to go on here.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Or we do just win. Actually, hold up.
Higher, further,
No,
faster,
do we win?
baby.
Yeah, we do. Okay. The Gilgamesh value was insane.
Victory.
Plus 10 each time? I can't math. I can't math, but that was incredible. So that was just a situation of me not knowing the math. Granted, I didn't necessarily know if they were playing a silky smooth list, to be fair. But this also could be a mirror matchup. I don't know. Seeing the Cole is either mirror or Thanos. And it's less than 14 cards. I think it is a mirror. We just need to draw our stuff here. Oh, brother. Another just situation of us not having what we need. Nocturne's going to be good, though. Nocturne on the left. So if we do get it, it changes Great Web, and then we can change Rickety if we need to. Oh. It's that type of party, huh? Well, that's actually really good for us. Okay. We have Kazar. That's their Nocturne, not my Nocturne, so we can keep that in mind. And then we don't necessarily have anything crazy to buff a lot of our stuff right now. We're going to play Kazar because we don't have some of this ongoing stuff. I mean, Coal Obsidian will be alright. Nico into Shadow King. Okay. Heard. Alright, we get Blue Marble down. They may have Brick too, in all seriousness, having to turn that into a Shadow King. Shadow King into a Demon. But it looks exactly like a direct mirror matchup. And then we assume that they change Rickety. I'm assuming that they're going to change Rickety. So this might be a Gilgamesh play. It might not be a Gilgamesh play. They Blue Marble left. Okay. We Blue Marble middle. Okay. It's looking to me, in all seriousness, it might be not Gilgamesh. This might be a squirrel into this, move that over. And reset. It's going to be a little funky here. But I think this might be the best play for us. I don't touch Rickety at all. Yep, we don't go to Rickety. Hey, Shauna. Bass and Baku, okay. Dazzler. All right, so we do have Dazzler in similar spots, but do we have enough power? We have Ant-Man to our Dazzler. Shadow King for extra value. I think... Oh, we win by 2? Okay. Wow, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay. So the nice little mirror match got Rickety Bridge again. But that's playing off Rickety. If we play onto Rickety Bridge instead, we lose tiebreak, actually. So we play that the right way. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys stuck around to the very end, I really appreciate you guys. If you guys could feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. I hope you guys have a good one. Tucker out.